Hello, this is Solomon, and we are going to be looking at six pep stomps, or semi-pep stomps. Maybe JVOS, but sometimes we're going to be playing with randoms. Here's the first game, and Jack, Extreme Apple, they play together with each other a lot. I don't know if they communicate in voice, but they're used to playing with each other. See them a lot. So it's US and France versus Italy and Germany. Generally on this map, one person goes there. But we decided to go for a double ground strategy. Yeah, and I tell him to go do armor, well, B1 base and artillery, and I'll go AA, recon, and infantry. But yeah, so I messed up and I accidentally built a depot here. I meant to build it here, but JVOS built one there, so mine just went over here. The funny thing is we actually keep it, so I'm curious, can I get away with building this more often? Since actually, if you do have infantry in the city, it's going to be hard to contest. So first, I tell JVOS to go through the city with artillery. I was like, that's not gonna work since I don't have enough money for infantry. I'm like, okay, go around, go around. So he starts building more artillery, which is bad. 3 is enough. That will like one-shot any light unit, or generally one-shot light units, and kill any building in one barrage. But instead he builds more, he should have built another B1 bis. Also, he should have gone to depot, but bunch of decoys coming out. I'm not sure what he's researching. Oh yeah, he builds Voltros, which we're not going here, so that's kind of unnecessary. Okay, so this is really not awesome. So he's wastes time shooting that when he should just be going through here right now and killing the barracks in the depot. Also, Germany makes it stuck for some reason. And if these artillery are more forward, you could also kill the Flak 88. So yeah, he goes for the strafe. I don't get any. I think I get this Veltro since it's doing weird things. Yeah, so I get that Veltro. Oh, holy shit. God damn, that's high. Wait, what the? Oh, damn. Bizarre. Yeah, I saw getting heavy infantry out. Second view on this, but I mean, it's not working. It's too late now. Well, the view on this should be killing this KFC, and so I'm using my fucking M16 B. Also, this happened, so all these guys end up dying. Surprise attack. It's just like, that's not good. Although I also fuck up and my M16s die. Well, these two don't get killed, but some get killed later. So yeah, stream out more M16. And we are getting more income since we have a depot on them. I'm sending more rangers in, more A. Although then Italy starts building M13s. So what Italy should have done, like honestly right away, was start getting bombers. Instead of building Veltros or just building more planes, just get bombers and start bombing all our shit. That would have been the best course of action. So I build a priest. Then I build a second one since I can reach this stuff from the city. I just want to kill this. Hobbits comes out, which is really weird. Arl dies. Another priest coming up. Oh, more. Okay. So unfortunately, I kind of lost my temper and got really disrespectful to JVOS for how I was playing, so I ended up surrendering. But yeah, so I'm like, okay, well, this is still a pretty easy win. Since they don't have any anti-tank, and I have artillery, AA, and tons of infantry. Like, the RL-44 will kill everything, so. Like, these units aren't going to do anything. Fortunately, I'll use this depot. So yeah, I just end up sending on this forward. Like Italy, yeah, now they have bombers, but it's way too late. So God bless P108s. They generally don't kill depots in one run. So yeah, I have the French light artillery too. Okay, yeah, so this RL-44 is just killing on M15s and stuff. And it's gonna take 30 centuries for Italy to get fighter bombers. Oh, I do build an airfield and I get out. What the fuck? Why didn't he finish off this depot? Do you not realize he didn't kill it? That's bizarre. I end up capturing that. Blockhouse comes out. Secondary base gets built over here. Well, first, I'm going for the barracks. Almost lose the priest. That would have been really bad, actually. That may have cost me the game if I lost the priest, but unfortunately I didn't. But fortunately I didn't. Like, I don't understand why I didn't try bombing my artillery. Like, killing the cannon 75s would have done a lot to help them, even if they lose the bomber. Then again, they probably would have to use 2 bombers, so it would be costly, but... Yeah, now I'm going for the airfield. And the light artillery going for the blockhouse. Ammo. I actually don't have any recon forward, which is like, whoops. But yeah, I can just rush these guys up. And I don't know why he's not strafing or trying to like kill my AA or strafe it or anything. It's really weird. Kill the blockhouse. I start going for the secondary base. Captured HQ. They build 2 depots. This god tier RL-44 is still alive. Go to the airfield. Now he bombs and kills my armor base or barracks. I can't remember which one that is. I also build a barracks right here. I also have Persians finally coming up, which I researched a while ago. Now I'm killing all his airplanes. Not like he didn't use them at all. Really weird. I still haven't killed this. Like, 3 is the magic number for non-light artillery. For killing stuff in a quick time frame. Yeah, now you just get this fucking Panzer IV spam. Armor base, more Persians. Like, this is a lot of Panzer IVs, and if he has fanaticism, and it is... If I wasn't being careful, I could lose my Persians. But yeah, I'm just kiting at max range, so... And screen of infantry, that's not a problem. Like, I actually do almost lose this Persian. I think it would have been panicking if I didn't fanat. I'm not entirely sure, though. So yeah, be careful. Like, if the enemy has a ton of medium tanks or shitty heavy tanks or something like the BM Abyss, but if they do get in range, like, they can still fuck you up. So, yeah. Also, I used to really not like the RL-44. It's one of the worst advanced heavies. Like, it's worse than the Persian or the King Tiger, the IS-2. Well, I'm not sure if it's worse. The IS-2 is a really, really weird vehicle. I mean, it's not good, but I'm not sure if it's worse than RL-44. Now, they have different uses. Although the IS-2 is much more situational than RL-44. So anyway, I used to not go for the RL-44 since it was just worse in Persians or King Tigers or even IS-2s I was talking about. But the thing is, if there's a situation where advanced heavy tank is good, it's still really nice to have the RL-44. Like, if he has a bunch of medium tanks or something, the RL-44 is still gonna fuck them up. It's the same as the Super Persian or King Tiger would. And this applies to all tanks in general. Like, if there's a situation where tanks will be useful, even the shitty tanks are useful, like British cruisers or Matildas or something. Or perhaps really interesting S35s. Like S35s are great against infantry rushes. B1 bis are. And I've seen some people use B1 bis. You can make an argument for either, and Quebec seems to like B1 bis more, so Quebec being the best RUSE player. But yeah, like tanks, any like if you need mobility or like just the combination of firepower and armor, like if you're fighting artillery and light infantry or something, orders a bunch of fighters and infantry, just something that won't kill armor. Tanks can still be really good, even shitty tanks. Okay, so it's double Italy versus No Name. And I fought a guy named No Name a long time ago. At least I think it was this guy, and they were really really good, and they seem to be playing well this time around. So, well, I'm not sure if it's the same person. Still, triple barracks, pretty standard. A very dangerous situation. Also, Velas. God damn it, Velas. That would have been here to kill my Stuka. Just want to point that out. And I have games where I've killed airfield starts with Velas before just because they're so fast. And she catch the first aircraft or two when it's returning after they do a mission. Like, catch them when they land. Since people don't expect it to be there. But yeah, that was really close. Fortunately, artillery didn't kill anything. So I was kind of not sure if I should go for the supply depot or airfield or artillery base or what. Oh yeah, also I built a Messerschmitt and I killed it. The enemy built a Seda, and I killed it with a Messerschmitt, so. Anyway, yeah, Bretta's cost 15. Like, you can't build AA's Italy because it's complete fucking garbage. Like, 15 is too much. Like, it's so uncost effective, you're all basically losing right away if you build it. Like, even if you want AA, it's just still so much garbage. Like, they'll still die to planes since you can't build enough of them to counter the planes. Like, they'll get strafed or bombed or whatever. Yeah, is Italy your anti-air option is going air yourself or going proto base? It's not going Bretta's. If there is a situation when you can use Bretta's, it's when something else will be better, like going proto base or going airfield. You can't build the Bretta when you're losing, or it's a stalemate. No, sure opponent is really bad. Okay, so yeah, that game was fairly uninteresting. Now it's time for this center of gravity. Of EDV, who's EDV's an interesting player. I've seen him play really, really, really badly, but I had some really pretty good matches with him in this series, so I have mixed feelings. He's just really woke sometimes with his decision making. So yeah, No Name, Davis, Imperial, versus EDV, J. Moss Solomon, me. WS UK? Okay, WS UK is just the strongest possible team composition on this map. It's not cheesy. Like, Germany is kind of like worse US armor, and Soviets are worse US support. And you want UK over Japan because of typhoons and heavy. Well, not really. Well, they both get heavy bombers, but you get typhoons. And zeros are more awkward to use against Spitfires. Like, if you're a bad player, you'll fuck it up. So this happens. No fanaticism played. I think I had a ruse, but I decided not to bother. Yeah, they have a very awkward lineup. Oh yeah, so for best team compositions on this map, the only other really good one is Italy. I guess US Japan will be good. Italy Proto Start because Kero P26s are just so fucking brutal. Like, you get this very, very good triad or triad, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but a triad of armor, mobility, and firepower. No tech, and it only costs 25, so very, very good early unit. Well, very good rushing unit, I should say. Like, the enemy is probably not going to have heavy armor, unless they're Germany. since they tech so fast. Oh yeah, France is bad on a lot of maps. They're very situational in nature. They're really bad on this map because they don't fit into the typical lineup, which is air player, the advanced heavy armor player, so Germany or US, or Soviets. Well, IS2 sucks, so they don't really do that. Yeah, so Germany, well, yeah, advanced heavy armor player. Then you have the guy who does everything else, which is a combination of economy, infantry, recon, and AA. It's 99% of the time it's gonna be US since he had really cheap recon. Sometimes they'll do a bunch of AA, sometimes they'll do a bunch of infantry, sometimes they'll focus on economy and recon. It varies to the needs of the match. The problem is France doesn't fit into any of that. They can't do air. They can't do infantry spam because of obvious reasons, and they don't have heavy armor, which is the RL44, which is just it's worse than the King Tiger at Pershing. So, and France plays very weirdly. In general, they go for like this. I want to say blob or very. I wouldn't go so far as to say rushing, but they go for a very immediate early blobbing style of they're very good early tanks to be on BIS in SAW 40, then light artillery and yeah, and AT guns since they get really cheap AT, no tech. And they just have like that Doom blob since that blob just kills literally anything on the ground, whether it's bunkers, other artillery. Like the only ways to counter are advanced heavy armor, and even then you need a bunch of it since Lafley spam will just kill like even super heavies. Just it will kill level 5 armor really easily since they only cost 10. You can make a ton of them. Like one Persian's gonna just die in one salvo to one 6 Lafleys or 5 Lafleys, and only one of the Lafleys is gonna die. So you also use long range artillery, but that would either be medium artillery, which is really expensive for everybody, and it's something you don't do unless you're Russia anyway. It still costs 40, which means you're not doing your support role really. Oh, and no AA, no, not a whole lot of heavy infantry. So yeah, France has a pretty much anti everything on the ground blob early that can take a little bit to counter. Although you can do this Sol 40 and AT instead of B1 BIS artillery. Like they're both very good strats. It depends, or some combination of Sol 40, B1 BIS, and all that. They both have their pros and cons. But yeah, so I went. Okay, yeah, this is being dealt with. I was worried, like we were worrying about this, but no, we got recon over. Now it's just being killed by hurricane. So now there are a lot of ways to open. And we can go over the heavy armor openings, which is 3 depot armor base at your spawn. You start actually, yeah, armor base at your spawn and start teching right away. Although I guess that would be 2 depot. Actually, yeah, no one does that. Let me think. Yeah, 3 depot armor base over here, then start teching right away. No secondary base. Or then there's 3 depot secondary base to armor base, which you don't really see. Then there's which I personally do a lot, is 4 depot secondary base right away in the 5th depot. But depending on the situation, how fast I want heavy armor, I'll just go straight into the armor base and not build a 5th depot. And in general, me, just personally, I prefer more depots over less depots. So I don't really do the 3 depot secondary base armor base or this 3 depot armor base. Okay, yeah, so I have too much Persians by this point, and he has 2 little athletes that are getting strafed anyway. Like, he doesn't have the critical mass of Lafleys the Persians. Oh yeah, also Japan doesn't really fit into the support role or the advanced armor roles. Well, they don't have advanced heavy armor. Well, they do have an advanced heavy tank, but it's basically like a Panther or something. It's not, it doesn't fulfill the advanced heavy tank role. And they don't have heavy infantry, so And they don't have any cheap, quick AA either, besides their bunker, but that's just kind of like. I mean, the bunker's not bad, but you don't use it in this situation. Now, there might be other compositions besides heavy armor, air, than the support. Maybe there's some like interesting, viable combinations of team comp and strategy, but I'm not familiar with those. Outside of Italy, Japan, US, we just rush right away with Italy Proto and support that. So RUSE start coming out, which wait. I thought I was gonna get, okay. I thought I was gonna get through this match with 0 losses. That's what I was trying to do. But that's where I lost the Persian. That's the only unit I lose this entire match, so. Yeah, I backed off to let the infantry get there and force the whole Reese to start running. So yeah, we good. I get a secondary base up, so I get these depots. Let's just speed this up. He's just trying to defend a little bit. It's obviously not working. J-Voss also took very little losses. I guess that was 2 Spitfires. Playing River Random against Apple and Kojak combo. Side by side. Very one of the quickest maps in the game. Maybe the quickest map in the game. It's immediate aggression. Which I don't mind. It's interesting. It results in unique play. And it forces you to know what you're doing. Like, you have to be correct, or at least very, very close to correct to not die right away. So yeah, I just go with the standard infantry rush. Hey, so generally, as Germany, you rush a blockhouse out into the middle, and you can even kill these depots, or the depot supply trucks. Yeah, so they build a machine gun nest, which is weird since I can build M11s. Yeah, so Imperial fucks up and builds Panzer threes, and like it's all like Germany was obviously teching something. It was probably gonna be Panzer fours, but Imperial should have got Tigers. Then like one Tiger would be enough to make everything super easy. Like just one Tiger, like 2 Panzer fours, but instead he built Panzer threes, which is redundant since I have M11s. Yeah, one of them should have done a blockhouse. They both do 3 depot, which is really interesting. I only do 1 depot, although my ally does 4 depots. I think I go to capture this. Oh no, I guess I wasn't paying attention. I do kill it. It does die though. Probably from splash damage from the tank shooting it. AT guns out. They almost die, but they don't. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward match. Okay, now we get to the hilarious D-Day matches. I play on team 2 almost every single match. Just playing on team 1 is just way too fucking easy. Like, yeah, it's just really easy and not challenging. So it's funny. Usually, whenever I play this, I don't know why. I do host a lot, so that probably contributes. But I almost always end up in the air spawn or over here, and I don't like either of these spawns really much. I prefer this one. So yay me. In Germany, I do 3 depot, double barracks. Also, it's your team 2. You should play decryption so you know what the enemy team is doing. Always a very good idea. I'm doing double barracks. Since heavy infantry are really strong, and the KFC is also useful. Okay, yeah, and remember, you should theoretically never lose paratroopers to planes because you just drop the paratrooper when the plane goes to shoot at it. That's so it doesn't die, even if it's in the middle of nowhere. So, Stukazel is being wrong and building light infantry, which will just die to heavy infantry, even though Italian light infantry have medium weapons and heavy grenades, they still suck. Yeah, we get this bizarre secondary base from Imperial. Like, that saves all of about 20. Like, that's not enough time saved. Like, build it right here or something. That's much more forward and closer to the depots. Yeah, so there's a secondary base going over here, and I thought it was gonna be right here. That's why I rushed the KFC over. Like, where the fuck is it? So I thought they canceled it. Like, I should have been paying attention to the decryption more to see if it went across the bridge, but I wasn't. Yeah, so they ended up moving it way over here. I don't. Okay, here's the thing. Like, one of the advantages of Team One is that you play Blitz Camo, then you have 4 spare ruses for whatever. Well, my team is Blitz 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 on their home sectors, and it's probably Camo is probably one's getting the crypt. So I'm only gonna have 2 or even 0 spare ruses. 0, 1, or 2 spare ruses. So they have a huge ruse advantage. Since they're all in the same sector, so they need to spin a lot less ruses just for the standard blitz or camo or whatever. So yeah, we're light infantry sack. Don't build them unless you're trying to stop like a truck from rushing you or something, or some other very situational circumstance. I've talked about this before, but not a whole lot. You can tell how good a German player is by how aggressive they are with the KFC. Now, the KFC is pretty shit, really shit at combat, especially since it costs 20. But it's 43 kilometers per hour, which is really, really fast. So you need to be aggressive. Like, a good player will be aggressive with their KFC and will go for openings that other recon can't because the KFC is so fast. So yeah, this happens, but like whatever. Then I'm like, this stuff exists, so I decided to rush it with my infantry. Dude, this is look. I had barely looked over here earlier, but got he's got some tigers fighting shit, like whatever. But yeah, okay, well I'll just go over here. Yeah, I have recon, so now my allies just strafing the planes on the airfield. And I think there was a Susie earlier, which is you have to tech that, so that was money wasted. And this guy's still on zeros, which is really bad. Yeah, so UK basically just killed all the Japan air already, and he finished off what was left. This is my recon spotting. Now I just starting to kill a bunch of supply trucks. So Bacon and just leaves. Light infantry sack. All their stats are garbage, and look how slow they are. Like holy shit, like painfully slow. I killed. That was I can't remember how much that was. I think it was 20. But yeah, so I killed engineer track. Yeah, now I'm just running. Speed this up a little. Infantry doing what infantry do best, which is buy time. Well, they do a lot of things best, but they're buying time right now. So yeah, now I just run over here and start killing all these supplies. I capture all this, and he's still on fucking line infantry. Like these don't work. 13s. Yeah, so they do the same amount of damage. The KFCs are pretty really bad at combat. I build a blockhouse to deal with this. More heavy inf. Just running away with this god KFC. Did the hero's job. Yeah, and they're just falling apart. I'm just capturing all this shit now. Getting some Stukas to go kill the tigers if they don't die. The Turricanes anyway. So yeah, I lost a total of 6 infantry that game. Then, the best part, it happened again. Yeah, J-Boss is Japan and air spawn, EDB is US and that spawn. I'm in the same place, same nation. I do the same thing, double barracks to depot. Enemy team is completely different. Yeah, I should team run. Just like rush this player right here and kill them. It's easy. Here's the woke thing. We get well. Oh, enemy fucks up right here, and yeah, they start building hurricanes and then Anson, so that just dies. But these two guys, they both build a secondary base. That's too much money. They're just spending not on units or depots. I mean, this guy right, like the guy over here can build a secondary base forward right here to grab these depots and exert map pressure, but this person should have built a secondary base. Also, yeah, this guy's building light infantry. Again, they're garbage. They don't work in combat. So we're getting like almost a fucking repeat. 4 infantry and KFC going across the river again. I just captured the barracks. Fucking, why did they build a paratrooper? That's bizarre. It has Spitfires, but I mean, I just have a ton of infantry going everywhere now. Armor base. I think I killed the depot by accident. Or no, yeah, the smash when the Panzer III kills it. I run over. That's a blockhouse, but I kill it with the KFC just in time. Like, damn. Reminder that machine gun nests don't work. 3 infantry with blitz. You will win. Oh wait, now the Panzer III come over here. Well, I forgot. But yeah, the infantry still would have won though. They might have needed Fanat. I don't know. Like, I think it only takes 2 grenade salvos, so I think they would have been fine. I'm not sure how much total grenade salvos, but I should test it. Yeah, so game over. And that is the end of this video.